Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And that classic intro can only mean one thing. It's F1 2013's Classic Cars. And here we are for the Precision Racing League's Classic Tournament, hosted by the Hef and Tooley. We have a random grid here, just the four of us, unfortunately, this week, but there should be more next week. You see that Hef has taken pole position for the first Grand Prix of the season, and a pretty good start there from us, despite losing some time. We have gone down the inside there. We have actually got a car that's probably not as good at starts, but it does handle very well and should keep us in good stead for the rest of this championship, if indeed we do decide to keep the same cars for the entire length of the competition. And Cut Dude has a go down there at the inside, but I slammed the door shut. And really remains for this race. Difficult track to make an overtake, especially without DRS, as the classic cars, of course, don't have. Neither KERS either, actually, so not a lot to do in the cockpit of these cars, aside from just keep them under control, which is easier said than done, actually. And of course, we've got one less gear to worry about, so all very interesting, including the gear ratios, and I just used 2013 car ratios, and it seemed to be quite fine for these particular races. And just listen to the car, isn't it magnificent? Don't you want the 90s back, guys? Anyway, that's the first lap done, and that's just to give you an idea of what this race was like. From there, it was just fastest lap after fastest lap. For this particular track, I think this car did suit it the best, so I had an advantage, as did Tooley, who was a teammate in the exact same car. But of course, he's caught behind Kart Dude, who's pretty good at defending, so that really put paid to Tooley's race, as he was unable to get past Kart. And here's the final standings. Yours truly with the first win of the season, and now with a pole position for the second race of the season in Spain. Let's get a good look at the same, relatively similar grid, actually. In fact, it's exactly the same grid as the last race, in terms of me being on the front row on the left, Hef being front row on the right, and the guys behind were actually the same configuration as well, even though pole's on the opposite side. And Hef has made a blinder to start again with that newer Williams, but this Williams, good handling. I'm able to catch that slide. There was a little bit of contact there with Hef, I think, and I think he spun out from that. Unfortunate for him, as Kart Dude and Tooley battle again for the second position. This time it looks like Tooley might have the inside running. No. And again, this is another track where I think the 92 Williams has a bit of an advantage over the other cars, in particular Kart's Ferrari, which is pretty quick in a straight line, but not quite able to keep up on the twisty stuff, as you see here. The flowing tracks really suited this Williams, whereas tighter corners suited the Ferrari that Kart chose, the F399. And obviously, you've just seen that Kart Dude on the map has flown off the track at that fast right-hand sweeper. So he's now demoted to fourth position, and he's going to have to battle with Hef for the last position on the podium. But we've got quite a good advantage already at the end of as we draw to the end of the first lap. And in typical Jacko fashion, we're not going to relinquish that lead. Only a 5-lap race, so really shouldn't be losing that at this level. And let's see if we can bang in a couple of fastest laps like we did last time. 22.7, so actually not that far off the 2013 cars. A couple of seconds, give or take. And there's another one, 22.5. Tooley falls back to about 4 seconds. And it's a 1-2 for the 92 Williams in the second race of the season, as we now head to Imola, a classic track. So this is really going to be suited to these cars. And this time, second position on the grid. And again, Hef on pole, so the same front row for the first 3 races. There's random grid helping me for the first 3 races, and to a certain extent Hef, but unable to capitalise at Spain for him, unfortunately. And we've had an absolute shocker of a start this time. Not getting the revs right at all, and Hef is shot off into the distance and we've had Cart Dude pass us as well. So really not an ideal start there. And we've managed to keep third though, so the 92 Williams is in third and fourth position as Cart Dude has a run at half for the lead. Is he going to make it into this chicane? Yes, nice pass by Cart Dude. And we run a bit wide there, so not ideal, but Hef is braked very early and we just avoided him. But he seems to have gone wide and we might be able to take advantage of that. We'd spin the wheels up massively. And we're through to second position somehow. Bit of a scrappy opening couple of corners. And now on lap 2, Cart Dude's gone very wide and I'm going to be able to take the lead here surely. I can just go to the left. He's blocked me off and well, this is a very clumsy incident. And around I've got a penalty. What a travesty of justice that was. And is Cart Dude going to let me through? Well, I think he's... How dare you give me a time penalty? Anyway, fastest lap. I think out of guilt Cart Dude retired from that, so I'm not going to blame me for anything, Cart. That was fine. Just a bit annoyed the game gave me a penalty for that. And now we're going to make a move on Thule with a good run out of that same chicane that we had to run on Cart Dude with. And this time we get around cleanly around our teammate. And on the last lap we've caught Hef for the lead. It's not going to matter though because we've got a penalty. But we're going to make the same move, or attempt to make the same move at least. So we have nothing to lose other than second penalty anyway. And around the outside, what a fantastic corner that is. Oh, we've got a slight contact there though. Difficult to get this car back going again though, and as a result I lose the 2 positions. And that's unfortunate, but oh well, it's just a 5-lap manic championship. Nothing else really to be expected than a bit of craziness. And you see that Thule had 3 penalties anyway, so I managed to move up to second position. So first, second, not too bad. Pretty happy with that in fact. And now Monaco. This is a track where the front row would have been great, but this is the worst grid position so far, although I can't complain with my grid luck. Hopefully we can get a better start than Imola though. Fairly even start between Hef and myself, except that later Williams does get a better second sort of jump. But we're down the inside. But wow, Thule's made an epic move and the 3 Williams have collided. And it's very scrappy up here. It was a good move by Thule in the end. And we've managed to round Hef up there. I think he was a bit out of control as we got to the top of the hill. And now Thule has... Oh, whoa. Okay. Well, the walls have taken another victim. Not out of the race, but certainly a bit unfortunate for him. But now, let's see. Does Jacko make a similar mistake? Yes. I'm ashamed to say that was a massive fail. But we still have 1 lap to go and we might be able to catch Thule if similar thing happens to him again. And what has happened there? That is an absolute calamity. I actually laughed for a bit then. I'm surprised I made that chicane. Anyhow, we've handed Cart Dude a win. Very well deserved though. He was flying around the streets of Monaco in his Ferrari F399. Possibly better at this track, not sure. But anyway, it is a bit of a shame that these cars aren't equal. There you go, Cart Dude wins a race, so now the only person yet to win a race is Thule, my teammate. And perhaps one of us can get one here. And Canada's the final race of the first week's competition. Not one of my best tracks, unfortunately. In fact, the only track I am yet to get a pole position at on F1 2013. And that's not actually not going to happen, is it? Because there's no more league races here. So, that's a bit sad. But we got an even poorer start than we did at Imola. And we're down to last position. And that's actually just terrible. I don't know what I've done there. But Hef's through there, and hopefully we're going to make some passes here. Yes, Hef's gone wide at that chicane there. Now I'm going to move up to third position, which I was really actually quite happy to stay in third because this is one of my worst tracks and a podium would be nice. But we had a run here on Thule. I didn't actually mean to go for an overtake here, but he braked a bit earlier than I expected and I tried to avoid him. But he also went off the track, so I thought, okay, well, I guess that position is mine. And someone had a time penalty. I think that was Thule. I got the fastest lap there. But now we get a time penalty for a slight cut there. And that's really unfortunate because I was trying to catch Cart for the last straight here. Can't really complain though. I probably did that a couple of times on the previous laps as well. Anyhow, if we can get a position off Cart here, it would be nice. But obviously the penalty is going to push us back to probably last position because everyone I think is within 10 seconds of me. So a fourth position to round it out. But let's see what happens here at the Wall of Champions. Will it claim another victim? Oh, Cart! Up on 2 wheels. We're going to greet the checkered flag first, but surely we're going to be demoted to 4th. No, 10-second penalty for Cart Dude and Tooley as well, so it's going to be a tense wait to see where we end up. First or second, where's Hef going to put us? We've won! Wow. Well, that was unexpected. Anyhow, I've been Jacko, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next week for the continuation of this championship.